Hey everyone, what's up? Shadowlands back for another Q&A video. I haven't done one of these for a few months, and I did promise you guys I would do a few more of these, so today I wanted to go ahead and get another one of these knocked out. I've decided that I'm going to be asking these questions and picking them only from Facebook, although if you have more questions for next time, post them in the comment section below. I will check them out. I didn't do that for this episode because of the last one, because we had so many comments on Facebook. I think it'd be easier just to go off of these. So without any further ado, let's dive into some questions and answers from me. Alex Patron asks, what do you like, speed or stamina? Am I Sniffs fan? If you had 100k in this very second, what would I buy and what would I gift and how? Since you said wait, yeah, something I can't really, whatever, can't read that very well. Great videos, great man, keep it up, bro. Yeah, I will definitely keep going. But do I like speed or stamina? I like a healthy balance of both. I definitely have my Shopka, so that 45% sprint stamina is definitely something I can't do without, although I do want to have a little bit of speed, although I am not the guy that runs around with 25% speed all the time. I think mine maxes out around 18 to 20% speed, so I'm not total on crack there. I'm totally speeded out, not totally there. Anyway, am I Sniffs fan? Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. I do talk to him on Skype about once every 2 weeks or so. He's a good friend of mine. And if I had 100k NX this very second, what would I buy, what would I gift, and how? To be honest, I really don't want any other weapons in the game. I'm kind of happy with what I've got. I would probably hold some sort of competition and see what you guys want to do, or I might just gift it out. I have no idea what I would do, actually. I'd probably gift it, I know that for a fact, but I don't know how I would gift it, so that's a very interesting question. Daniel Wilson has quite a few questions, so I'm going to be posting all of these here. Why did I make Tears of Fear in the first place? Because I wanted to be the leader of a clan and I'm power hungry. That's seriously the answer. Why is your name Shadowlands? That actually stands for something. The Shadow is actually, and it's spelled that way for a specific reason. Shadow stands for Supreme Headquarters of Alien Defense Organization. There was a TV show that was out around the same time as Star Trek. It's called UFO, and that was the name of the organization. And I really, really liked it as a kid. My dad watched it as a kid, so the two of us together always kind of liked that show. And Lance was the name my parents almost gave me, so that's simple as that. Does the name have any meaning behind it? I just sort of answered that. Do you remember any achievements you've made in your Combat Arms career? The most memorable thing, like I mentioned last time, is that I got an M416 and an M416 camo and an Air Force M107 out of gray high-sec cases. My first two gray high-sec cases, the day I joined Combat Arms, I got them each for 90 days. I don't know if I've ever been luckier than that, except when I got my Black Magnum for permanent. What's my definition of overpowered? Anything that gives you a ridiculously unfair advantage in the game, like duels or maxes. I don't really consider the P90TR that overpowered. The SE is a different story, but yeah. Will I ever make a tribute video to a person you admired in the past or to this day? I'm pretty sure those are the same things, but probably not. I want to keep this channel almost entirely for Combat Arms. I don't want to go into anything else besides video games. I will try to do a couple other video games in the future, but I don't think I'm going to be doing tribute videos for that point. Shoutouts are a different story, though. He also asks if I ran the entire Nexon company, what would you do to your games and why? There are a few games I would seriously consider shutting down because I don't feel like Dragon's Nest and a few of those other ones, Atlantic Online, are actually that successful. I've looked at their stocks and they don't really have anywhere near the revenue that some of the other games bring in. And I would probably do something to up the administration. I want the GMs to be more active in the game, so I would probably make more active game lobbies and stuff for the GMs. Do I have any hobbies? Tennis, snowboarding, paintball. I love reading Stephen King. I love all their stuff. Dean Koontz and Stephen Koontz, if you guys have heard of him. He's kind of a knockoff of both of them. But yeah, I like a lot of their stuff, so I read a lot. And then I also do YouTube. YouTube is a big hobby of mine. I like that as well. And finally, his last question is, if you could add more abilities, what would they be and how many spaces of slots would they take up? I think I would actually just copy a lot of the ones from Call of Duty. I think ones that would give you more stamina, or ones that would increase your spread recovery time or things like that, and have them take up 1 or 2 slots apiece. I don't think those 3 slot ones are very feasible in my opinion, but anyway, Gage Burgess asks, what's your opinion on hackers? Personally, I say this not from a person who's played Combat Arms for a while. I say this as a person who's developed video games and online video games before. I don't like hackers because they really ruin the experience that I try to build for someone else. And while I understand that English, tripping over my own tongue, that they ruin the experience of other people, it really just kind of feels like I worked really hard to build this game and build this code, and you're just sort of tearing it apart and making my life kind of miserable. So I hate you from a developer sort of view. I don't hate you from a, oh, you're hacking and ruining my time sort of view, because I can easily just go find another game to play in. Pretty simple as that, but I hate it because you're really kind of ruining it from the developer's side of you. Jim Zhang also has a few questions. Do you live with your parents, or do I live alone in a rent house, or if I bought a house or is an apartment? Basically, where do I live? I live in a variety of places. My family has land all over the world, and the housing situation is different at each one. So I live in kind of all of the above, quite literally. And then, of course, I have my dorm in college, so there's that as well. And then Jim Zhang also asks, I had to repost one of his questions for him, if I had unlimited NX, probably just gift a ton of people, to be honest, like I said earlier. And then he says, if I like combat arms, if I had like a thing like a knife, but you punch and push people away instead, that reminds me of a game called Nexus, where there's a weapon that literally does no damage, it just pushes people away, but from a long distance. I think it'd be really fun to troll with and mess around with, but I don't think I would use it as a feasible thing in a clan war or something. Jonathan Thompson asks, what game mode should be created and added next into combat arms? I think there should be some sort of thing, like I mentioned before, where you have multiple objectives as a team to accomplish. We have to like capture a flag and then plant a bomb and then go rescue a hostage. You have to do like all of the above and then get them together and work as a team to do that. And whichever team can do it first against the other one wins. I think that would be really cool, where you have multiple objectives. Although I think a lot of the things that have been added recently, like Arms Race, are really, really good. I do wish VIP Elimination would be played more often, though. So, that's my personal opinion. Kristen Jenkins, also known as Chris J. If you were able to fix one thing about combat arms, what would that be? I think I may have mentioned this earlier, but I think I would just tell the GMs to be more active. I think the customer service should be a lot more in-depth with the players, so they actually know what's going on. And then he had one other question. If you could add one thing to CA, what would I add? A true competitive server. That would be a good idea, but I would do it differently. I kind of agree with the same kind of idea, although I would make a GP only server. That's pretty much exactly what I would do. I would say GP only. And I would also make a list where you could ban individual weapons from your room. Like, you could go in your own options and say, like, I disable all of these weapons from my room so that when I'm EMOD, you can't use these weapons. And I think that'd be very, very cool. And they could be very specific, so you could ban even specific specialists. So that'd be cool. Legit Pride CA asks, am I a fan of yaoi anime? And he's a Yuri fan. For those of you who don't know, yaoi is like gay anime, and he apparently likes lesbian anime. To answer that shortly, no. Not really a fan of any of that kind of gender-specific anime. And that's about it for now, guys. Thank you guys for watching. That exhausts all the best questions and non-repetitive questions on Facebook. Thank you all for watching. Please check out the Facebook group in the description below. There's a link down there for Facebook. Check that out. You can post your own questions, and I'd be happy to answer them either there or in my next Q&A video. I plan to do another one in a few months, probably around end of July, early August, so look forward to that, and I will see you guys in the next video. Shadowlance out.